So I've had about 3 weeks to almost a month of a social media break. During that time, I came off orders. I'm transitioning back to my home role as a mother, as a wife, as a homeschool mom, and as a part-time military member for now. I feel very compelled to talk about this because I'm just now realizing how little it is talked about. Right when I came off orders, I had a military mom friend of mine who has had a deployment experience several months away overseas, came back home, and she saw firsthand how difficult the transition was to be back, which is, as moms, that's where we want to be. We want to be back home with our families. And so she checked in with me and she said, "How are you? It's hard. It's going to be hard." And the first weekend, kind of like the honeymoon phase, it's like, "Yeah, I'm great. Things are good." And week 3, like a few nights ago, guys, I was crying myself to sleep in a pillow so I didn't wake up anybody in my house. Coming home, back home where you want to be after a military deployment is a different kind of hard that is very difficult to put into words. And suffice it to say, not many people understand it except those who have had to do it. I didn't know it was going to be hard until she told me it's going to be hard. So it was on my radar, but it still doesn't convey how difficult it actually is. So we're getting there. We're getting there. Tonight I took a couple of my military girlfriends to dinner, and just over conversation, we started talking about, leaving and coming back. One of my friends has done several TDY missions, several trainings, and she mentioned, like, yes, there is a re-entry, reintegration that is difficult. And then the other girl that we were having dinner with, she was on the same mission I was. We had different roles, different jobs. She left at a different time than I did, earlier, and so I didn't know, or I would have warned her or helped her. But I was talking about how, like, I thought I was going crazy. Like, what is wrong with me? Why am I having all this physical anxiety? Why do I feel like I'm about to have a panic attack when I'm exactly where I've been desperate to be for so long? And the look on her face when I was telling her this, it was just this focus of, she was seen. And she said, "I've never mentioned this to anybody, but yes, I felt that way." And she went on to express several things that I have currently been dealing with over the past few weeks. And she said, "I just did the best I could and I pressed on," but she said, "I thought I was going crazy. I thought I needed professional psychiatric help." And I said, "Girl, yes." I was telling my husband the other day, as I was freaking out, this emotional stress ball, this is not normal. This is not okay. I can't continue like this. And fortunately, I have a very understanding husband, and I had already explained, I think it's going to be harder than I realized. And for everybody else in my family, it's a different kind of hard. My kids were all going through this transition and reintegration. So I just wanted to come out here and say to any military mom, it is okay to not be okay. You are not crazy. It is not abnormal to need to cry into your pillow and think that you might need professional help. And it's okay to seek help. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to say, I'm struggling. Please don't hold it in. My friend, she had said, "I never mentioned it to anybody until right now." And I'm like, "I'm sorry that I didn't know, or I would have said something." But she dealt with it silently in her own way as best she could before I ever came off mission. And so women in the military, we already have a very different experience than men in the military, but mothers in the military who experience a deployment and come back home, it can't be put into words. I just want you to know, if you have experienced this, you are not alone. You are not crazy. It is okay to not be okay. Chance that we're all going to be experiencing it again at some point. And if you're not in the military, but you know someone who is, please show them grace. If you can take their kids for a couple of hours just so they can sit in a quiet house, or help any way that you can offer help, even if it's prayer. And it's never like, "Oh, I can only pray," or just pray, because prayer has definitely helped get me through the past several weeks. There's a lot that happens in the brain for any military member when they go on mission, but you take all of your brain power, and whatever your mission is, it's a laser focus. And it's that way for months and months on end. You know exactly what is expected of you. All of your brain power, your manpower, it's all focused on that objective. And there's really no transition point of you come off orders and you're back in your normal, lovely, wonderful life for everybody. You know, I hope it is normal and wonderful and lovely. I know that it's not. But then you have many missions. Your husband is a mission. Each child you have, my 9-year-old is a mission. My 7-year-old is a mission. Me just trying to feed myself and take a shower and exercise and, you know, have prayer and Bible reading times. That's a mission in of itself. And so you go from this laser-like focus on one objective to here's an objective, here's an objective, here's an objective, and here's an objective, plus all the laundry, all the dishes, all the cooking, everything that still has to happen for a household to run, it's still there. And so there's a lot that has to happen in your brain. One, when you get on mission, it's a difficult transition for the first couple of weeks to get to that place, that mental focus. And then to click out of that, it is not immediate. Expect a month of hard transition and give yourself lots of grace, just so much grace, and ask for help if and when you need it. If possible, before you come off mission, line up things or schedules to ease back into that, you know, normal life if at all possible. But please know you are not alone. And if anybody needs to talk, please reach out to me, because I don't want you to feel alone. I don't want you to suffer in silence. I don't want you to think that you're crazy, because you are not. You're a mom. You're a mom who wears many hats, and if you are a military mom, it is a burden that is indescribable to those who aren't lacing up their combat boots. So I see you, and I just want you to know that you're not alone. And please, please do not struggle in silence.